Good evening and welcome to our show, Going Public. I'm Renee Bonsica, and joining us tonight are two Terrebonne Parish School District librarians, Tricia Odimont and Emily Gilmore. I want to thank you both for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here tonight on our show. First off, Miss Tricia, how long have you been in education and what schools are you at or have been at?
I've been in education for 20 years. I've been a librarian for 14 of those, and I'm at Bobby Black Elementary.
And how long do you plan to stay in education? Do you have a lot more years left in you?
Yes, I do. I plan on going until 30 at least, and then doing drops. So I have about 13 more years.
Well, perfect. Also with us tonight is Miss Emily Gilmore. How long have you been in education and what schools have you been at?
I have been teaching for 33 years, and so I'm in drop, and I'm currently the librarian at Legion Park Elementary, and I have no idea how much longer I'll be.
So do
5 years maybe, I don't know.
that's a long time. So it seems like you've definitely enjoyed your bout with education. So thank you.
Absolutely.
We're going to go ahead and talk about summer approaching and how parents can help their students with their reading levels. I know each year the students are tested and, with their reading skills. What can parents do to keep up with those levels during the summertime when they are out of school?
Definitely have the students read. Reading, I kind of talk to my kids that it's like a sport. The more you practice, the better you get at it. So, reading's the same way. The more you read, the more you see words, the more practice you get, the better at reading you'll get. So, definitely make sure you're reading over the summer. Make sure your kids have access to books or magazines. They have free websites they can go on to help with certain reading skills and things like that, and make it fun.
Miss Emily, do you have anything to add on how students and parents can prepare?
The more a child reads, the better they're going to be. And if you can read, you can do anything. Public library has a great summer reading program. Just having access to books is the best thing. And it doesn't matter what your child reads, if they enjoy it, they're going to be building fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension skills. Even if it's a book that's a little easier than you think they should be reading, they're still getting those great skills.
Now, at each school, I know that they may be different, but is there a reading list by grade level for students to pick books from during the summer?
That would be up to the individual school. There's no like parish-wide list we send out. If your individual school doesn't happen to send out a list, you can. There is a website called AR Book Find. You can look up your child's reading level, their interest level, and it will give you a list of books that you could take to the public library to check out those books.
And Miss Emily, do you have anything to add to that?
I completely agree. I know most students know their reading level, but it's just as important for their interest. Because if they're interested in reading a book, they're more likely to read it. I'm not a big fan of snakes, so if I had to read a snake book, I would not read it. So if they like dinosaurs, they can just read whatever they enjoy.
And when students leave for the summer, are they allowed to check out books for an extended period of time, or do they have any online access to books during the summer?
Online access would be through the public library. They have online apps like Tumble Books, Overdrive, I think it's called, on the website. And all you need is a library card because we normally check in all of our books for inventory purposes at the end of the year.
And do the students receive any kind of credit for reading books during the summer? Do you guys, as librarians, keep track of that?
So we don't keep track of it, but they can keep track of it at home with a log. And when they come back at the end of the summer, they can take AR quizzes on it. And they do earn points and prizes and awards for taking AR quizzes.
And are there any other school activities or summer activities through the libraries that students can work on from home?
From the school libraries, that would also be an individual school thing. I know that Terrebonne Parish is doing what's called a summer reading, not a summer reading program. I'm sorry. It's the Lanyard Learning Program. The deadline to register for that was April 19th, but it is ELA enrichment, math enrichment, STEAM, and some field trips. So they are offering that, and that was like May to June, every Monday and Thursday. So that's the only program I know through the school district.
And Miss Emily, does your school do any activities or send home anything for students to do during the summer?
The school system has written a grant, an ESSER grant, and they have provided us with 10 books per student in each one of our libraries. So my school gained 3,000 new library books. And the library books that we had in the library before, we donated to teachers for their classroom use, but we also gave a lot of them to students so they have books at home. So I know at our school and a lot of other schools, many students have been given books that they can have for reading at home during the summer.
And oh, sorry, go ahead, Miss
And
Trish.
we did that as well. Like I have books on a shelf outside that the kids can pick books that are on their level and or books that they're interested in to take home.
And I know, speaking of the new books, we kind of briefly talked about the libraries getting new books throughout the break. How did the students react when they came back to school and the libraries were filled with completely brand new books?
They were very excited. They saw my library go from full of books to empty, and they were like, Miss Odima, where did all your books go? And I told them, I said, we're getting new ones. Well, when they came back from the break and they saw all of the new books shelved, they were so excited. We cannot wait to check out these new books. So I think they're very excited. I think that they really like having the book to read, and not have to always read on a computer. So that they enjoy taking the books home.
And I'm sure the same thing goes at your school, Miss Emily.
Yes, it was like Christmas. The boxes coming upstairs, and they couldn't use the stairwell, the front stairwell, but and this collection of books is very new and very diverse, and a lot of books even I haven't seen before. And the books look like our students, and they're just fabulous books. The kids are very excited, especially our new graphic novel collection.
Oh, yeah, that's their favorite. The graphic novels, they love those.
And I know both of you have been a librarian for many years. How has you seen your libraries change, and then the way the students read? How has that changed over the last few years?
There's been a lot of changes in the library that I've done. In our library, it's gone from more of a library to more of a media center where I've actually incorporated maker spaces and 3D printing. And the students really enjoy that, but I pair it with literacy so that way they're still reading and getting that in, but they're doing fun activities with it. So they're, I think, getting more into reading now because we're making it more fun. Everything's just so fast paced with video games, and I think they're on a computer a lot. So I think that's why they enjoy the actual books now.
And the same thing at your school. How are you guys?
Absolutely, I agree with what Tricia said that we have gone from just reading books and taking accelerated reader to reading books and then doing an activity. So if we read How to Catch a Dragon, then we do an activity where they build something, and we try to do more STEAM activities. And with some of the older kids, we try to do some coding things. We have a Lego robotics team. And so a lot of things are happening in the library other than just reading a book.
And it definitely sounds fun, like those kids having the actual things and making things as well. So putting some fun to it. Now, I know both of you have mentioned the Terrebonne Parish Public Library System. What types of reading programs do they offer during the summer? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I know they offer programs for a wide variety of people. They offer youth programs, they offer programs for teens and for adults. I know they do like makerspace type things. They actually have a maker section in the library. I believe it's upstairs where they do sewing classes and things like that. And I knew they do like arts and crafts things with the kids and they read to them. So I know they do those type of things, and most of them are free. So
free and definitely hands-on activities as well. I know that you brought some books with you today. Would you like to go ahead and talk about those books a little?
Sure. These are some of my favorites to read to the kids. So one of my favorites, even for kindergarten through 6th grade or pre-K, is this book called Iggy Peck Architect. It's about a 2nd grader. He loves to build with weird materials, like he'll make a castle out of mashed potatoes. So when I read this book to my kids, at the end of the book, he has to build a bridge. And so I had them research bridges and then build one they got to pick their materials and build a bridge after. So they were so excited about that. And then you have, this is for older kids. It's a nonfiction book about Ralph Baer, who invented TV gaming. And I paired that with websites like Hour of Code and Scratch. And those are coding websites. So the kids can actually make their own video games using code. And then we have fun books like Libby Loves Science, which is about a little girl that loves science. And they actually have science experiments that you can do at home in it. And then there's Press Here, which is I use with my littles because as you can see, it goes through like the color wheel and how the colors change and things like that. So they really like that. So, and then this is just another coding book on how to code a sandcastle. So I pair that with coding websites. And the kids really love coding, and they actually don't realize they're learning and reading as they're doing the coding. So it's fun.
I love how you both are engaging your students and making it interactive and fun. It sounds like you definitely both enjoy your jobs and your passion.
Well, it definitely makes it fun for us, more fun for us.
Absolutely.
The day must go by quicker. Well, I want to thank you both for joining us tonight and taking time out of your busy schedules to be here and
Thank
giving
you.
our community this information. I would like to thank you, our viewers, for watching. Don't forget to join us every week on Going Public. Good night.